Hey all, welcome back to Stoked, Big Air Edition. I'm Anesthetic, with me again is Blank Tester.
Hey kids, how's it going?
Turo.
Running through these hoes like Drano.
And special guest, Joaquin.
I'm here again.
Once again, we're, now going through the mountains in Freeride, beating all of them, beating all the scores to get the pilot's license, completing the pro checklist so that we can challenge them and get their special trick, and then, at the end I'll show another, Easter egg location for the guest book.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, jump out of this helicopter and go.
Yeah.
What is this hat you're wearing?
One of the, I think, Burton hats.
I don't like it.
Once again, I at the end of last video, I deliberately picked like Burton and Dakine to get sponsored by because they're the only two companies that have backpacks in this game.
Yeah.
So that's a whole like character choice selection option that most of the time you'll have nothing for. But Burton's actually one of the companies that has like the largest amount of stuff in this game. So you also get like hats and coats and pants and
Do you think
actually
it was part
a
of the
decent amount of
licensing
stuff.
agreement? Whoa, Uber trick!
Whoa.
Yeah,
wow,
so-
your leg looked fucking weird.
Yeah,
So
was
you
weird.
can do, once you unlock the pro tricks, you like always have them. They're not tied to like the style or verse hucked kind of thing. So yeah, and Wooly Knife Elts is a 1 foot trick, and of course those are going to be worth a ton of points. So yeah.
And man, does it look jank.
Do you think you could make an extreme sports game about being a kid, like being a child, and like get a bunch of sponsors who make like get like JanSport to sponsor,
Oh God.
right? Like don't get the big brands, get like the brands that make consumer level stuff, like
Yeah.
New Balance shoes.
Hey, come on, man.
Hey,
New Balance is still good for people
I'm
with
not
giant
saying they're
feet.
bad.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm
Right.
just
New
saying
Balance
they're
has
not.
skate shoes, man.
Yeah, you're not buying the like huge brand. You're not making, it's like whatever your
Yeah.
mom gives you in the game. Oh my god, this animation, Christ.
Yeah, I make sure to do it every video.
Oh, speaking of New Balance, I think Andrew Reynolds is coming out with a new shoe for New Balance.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He
But yeah,
dipped
you get
Vans.
sponsored by like Skechers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never played the game Crayola Scoot, but that feels like a place where there probably
Could
would
be.
be a bunch of kid brands, because I mean,
Yeah.
your player character is a kid,
Yeah.
and you're scooting. And I think Tyler Lasagna played that once.
Yeah,
a few
T-Last
ago.
probably did.
I've heard it
Zen almost
wasn't
certainly did.
bad. I've heard it didn't completely suck.
Much like a New Balance shoe, it wasn't
Wow,
bad.
alright.
Much like a JanSport backpack.
Yeah. I mean, I was an OGO kid for most of my childhood.
I was a JanSport kid, definitely, but now my backpack is an OGO.
Yeah.
I remember I had this backpack back in middle school, and it was called like the Yak Pack, if any of you guys remember those.
Very vaguely.
I vaguely remember the name, and that's it. I think
I
I
was
was
rocking
too
that.
old.
I was rocking that in middle school.
I mean, not to flex. You can't see it, but I'm popping my non-existent collar. But not to flex on you guys, but my current backpack's an Adidas, so like, I might just be a little bit cooler than all of you guys combined. But that's okay. I'll still
Was
say
there was there like one t-shirt company, or maybe it was a bunch, but like the t-shirt companies that would make those graphic tees that of course elementary schoolers and middle schoolers and even some high schoolers thought were super cool, like it would be Gangsta SpongeBob, or like
Right.
I'm
Like
about
that
to
Hot
level
Topic
up and you
bullshit.
look like just enough XP.
I used to see him a lot at the flea market I used to go to when I lived in San Jose.
I'm Bad Luck Brian and you look like just enough XP.
wow.
It's still so funny, even though it makes
So
no
nonsense.
sense. It's like a shit post-bot combination.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, just you'd go to Kohl's and just see some graphic tees of like, I don't know, my
Tweety
sister
Bird with a
interrupted my
gun.
video games, so I locked her in the closet. You know,
Yeah,
so
I had a shirt that said, "You're unique, just like everybody else."
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I used to have a shirt like that. It was yellow, and then it just said Burger Champ.
Burger Champ?
Yeah.
A yellow shirt that says Burger Champ sounds like something you'd get in GTA.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a brand or anything, it just says Burger Champ.
I tried
Does
to
it
wear
mean
it
something?
one day
Maybe.
when I was like, I was a freshman in school, and then my dad's like, "Dude, don't wear that shirt."
Dude, don't.
Your dad was looking out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he did.
I wish my dad told me not to wear, you know, graphic tees and cargo pants until, like, you know, all the way up until like sophomore year.
I wish anyone had told me not to keep the book we were reading in English class in one cargo pants pocket and my graphing calculator in the other one.
God.
Literally, it was a girl that I had a crush on in high school, which I know is shocking Bob right now because I
It's
am
not
as
shocking. I know who
ace
you're
as-
talking about.
Yeah, who I wore jeans one day and she said, "You look nice in jeans," and I pretty much stopped wearing cargo pants after that
Yeah,
and
I
switched
remember that.
over to jeans. You know.
Do you think she noticed that you? Do you think she noticed that you
Yeah, every time
fundamentally
you
altered
passed,
your
he would
perception?
check out that baton. We all
But
would.
it's just those kind of things. Like,
Connor didn't read
you
the
wear
school
some
newspaper. There was an
embarrassing shit
article
until
about
a
it.
girl you like is just like, "Hey, stop wearing cargo pants," and suddenly that's the motivation that you needed to stop wearing cargo pants.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it might actually matter what I look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
I am being perceived by other human beings.
you can see me?
Oh God.
Did you ever talk to her or no? I mean, besides the time she told you you looked good.
He
in
screamed and just cried. That was it.
No, I mean, it was just one of those things. It was like I had her in one class, and so, and then I
You
never
mean you
really
had one
tried.
class
jeans. I told her about your Insetic 47 channel.
I don't think that was a thing yet.
Or it
really.
depends
I
on
think
how
the
old
only
he
things
was.
I'd uploaded on that were like Halo 2 and Halo 3. like,
Halo 2 bound
And the
videos.
Omega
you-
Skydive.
Yeah, dude,
Skydive.
Omega Skydive, like over 1 million views.
Dude,
Yeah.
thinking about it,
The tour of the city in Crackdown?
dude,
Classic.
oh my god, thinking
I'm the
about
guy
it,
who did
probably
the
in high
Omega
school.
Skydive.
I was probably the guy who had the most viewed YouTube video.
Yeah, easily.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked
that's-
up.
Easily were.
You know, it's such a they're putting down us gamers by not having categories like that in the high school yearbook, you know?
They shouldn't just have that in the high school yearbook. I think they should have that in the Olympics.
They should have that in the Guinness Book of World Records.
In the Guinness Book of World Records. High
Dude, it's so
schooler
hard
with the
for us
most
gamers.
views in this year in this school
And only your school.
and only our school. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you know, it's just all that boring shit. Like, one guy gets voted most likely to become president, and another guy gets voted most likely to become head of the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And it's just
Yeah.
like,
Come on. Like, give us some... By the way, can I... this is a very short story. When I was in middle school, I went to a school, you know, different than Connor. In 7th grade, they had, like... I don't know why in 7th grade they did this, but they had some kind of thing where, like, they gave people superlatives, and I won class clown. But the school administration never told me, and no other students did, and there was like a whole ceremony to like get an award, and they never invited me. And so
you
like
just crack it open and realize you were voted class clown.
I got to school on Monday, and they were like, "Where were you?" And I'm like, "Where was I? What? Home? What the fuck are you talking about?" And they were like, "Yeah, no, you won class clown." And they hand me this fucking trophy, and I'm like, "Trophy? I didn't."
Jesus, I never even won class
Huh?
clown.
So what the fuck? What do you mean?
It's almost
like, they
feels
were
like
like-
an insult.
Apparently, they just assumed, because kids all talk to each other, that word would reach me, that they were having this thing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna come out here on a Saturday to be called class clown. Fuck you!
Yeah, called a fucking clown in front of
Yeah,
your school.
you asshole! That said, I did take the trophy.
Right. Yeah, it sounded like somehow word of mouth got to all the other kids.
Yeah, everybody else was like, "Where was Bob? He didn't even show up." And I'm like, "Show up? Y'all didn't even tell me there was anything going on."
I didn't even know that was one of the things people
Not one person. It's not even like a, you told me weeks ago and I forgot. Like, nobody, I didn't know there was voting going on. I didn't vote for anybody. I never got a ballot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I got to be class clown in 7th grade. Somehow I lost it in 8th grade. I guess they thought me not knowing that the thing was happening was a sign of a bad sport, so I didn't get voted in. Like,
Or maybe someone was funnier.
yeah, no, that's not possible.
There's a prospect that was
I
coming
became
up behind
famous
you.
for my comedy. Famous with tens of fans.
Yeah. He was workshopping his jokes back in middle school, you know?
Little do you know that everyone watching all your Minecraft mockery videos are your 7th grade cohorts.
Yeah. Cohorts.
Yeah. Your compatriots.
Yeah.
And another school-related story. This isn't nearly as interesting, but
Mine wasn't
my-
interesting.
it was funny because you're a class clown, of course, in our
Yeah.
class of 4 people.
Yeah.
But my high school didn't have yearbook quotes, senior yearbook
okay.
quotes, because I think my junior year, some kids in senior year coordinated to make theirs somehow through a secret message called the principal a douche.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, no more yearbook quotes, and I was like, oh man, now I don't get that. I spent my entire academic career fantasizing about what my yearbook quote is going to be when I finally graduate, and then I don't get the opportunity.
Yeah, I think when we were graduating, like, I remember our friend Nick had a yearbook quote that, I don't remember the quote at all, and it was innocuous. It was just a quote that was maybe, it was a little opinionated, but it wasn't political, and it wasn't a joke, or it didn't have any curse words in it or anything, and they just didn't let him use it, and they wouldn't let him put in another one, so he didn't get a yearbook quote.
I
Placeholder
don't
text
even,
here.
remember what mine was.
I didn't have one. I didn't even ask for one.
I
I
had
guess
one.
I didn't have one either.
No.
It was stupid.
Joaquin, what was your high school story?
Yeah, we're waiting.
High school story? Geez, so many.
Well,
like,
Look
which
at this
one
guy
did it out?
showing us up.
Yeah.
Look,
Look at this guy.
yeah, like what kind of high school story? Like,
I don't know, something funny.
Well, technically, mine was middle school, so you can go back further if you need to.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. His was the thing about the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah,
His
he
dad
started
saved
it.
him for the T-shirt when he
Okay,
started
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
I mean, I did when you were talking about like some girl you had a crush
Oh.
on. I was reminded of probably one of my most embarrassing stories that happened in sophomore year.
Oh.
Oh man.
Do you want to tell this story?
I
You
mean,
don't have to.
it's actually pretty funny looking
Oh, okay.
back. So like, so I had a crush on this girl who was a cheerleader. She went to a different school. We were around the same age. And
Okay.
I'm
really nervous about where this is going.
Yeah, I'm on
Okay,
tenterhooks.
Okay, anyways. So, homecoming was coming up for my school, and I decided to ask her.
Okay.
And then she said, "Yeah, I'll totally, yeah." And then she then blocked me out of nowhere, even though I didn't do anything. And then I was kind of, I remember I was like super sad about it.
Oh.
And then I remember I sent out like this really embarrassing message, like, I was like, it was like love at first sight or some shit. And I look back on it and it's like, oh my god. It's so,
Wait, who
like,
did you send this message to?
to her, even though I was blocked.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
When you said sent out, I thought you like posted it on as a
like-
Facebook
No.
status.
No, that would have been, I would have never done that.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, death might have been a preferable alternative.
He's the guy that posts on Facebook, you know, I have two sides, the nicest guy you'll ever meet and a twisted fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Psychopath.
I was, for some reason, I was really sad over that. I don't know
I mean,
why.
I mean,
I
she
could-
broke your heart.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
no joke, I literally would just cry myself to sleep listening to Weezer.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Blue Album,
Yeah.
baby.
And you
Not even
want
Pinkerton.
to destroy my sweater.
I
would specifically listen to In the Garage for some reason.
I mean,
Not all
that's
the other ones.
Well, at least you didn't cry listening to Holiday or the Alvin and the Chipmunks cover of Holiday.
God.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
I
the
said,
Steel Donut Alvin and the Chipmunks cover
yeah.
of Holiday.
You
Yeah.
know that didn't come out yet.
Yeah, well,
right?
I don't know. You could be
There's-
middle
There's
school
no time
now.
like the present.
Yeah, you know what they say, middle school never ends.
Yeah.
I do kind of have a middle school story too. It's not like really as embarrassing, or maybe it is, but like it's more funny.
Okay.
Like in middle school, me and my friends wanted to do like this jackass thing for some reason. We would film
'Cause it was
ourselves.
awesome.
Yeah, because I had a crush on this girl and I wanted to impress her
Yeah!
by doing
Perfect
stunts in
reason
school.
to do stupid stunts. Yeah.
Dude, I thought I was the shit.
Did it ever work?
No, it did not work. I never talked to her.
You never spoke to her at all?
No, I think we did. Probably only because of class, though.
Oh.
Are you supposed to talk to your high school crush? Or are you just
I mean,
supposed to,
it
like...
depends. It depends on. When he said I didn't speak to her, I thought he meant like not even for school stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like the two of you. She doesn't even know who you are, kind of
One
thing.
day I'm gonna
Well, yeah.
introduce myself, show her my 6 stunts, and she's gonna fall in love with me.
Yeah, she's gonna see me do an 1800 from a standing position and die.
Die.
That's how my first romance ended.
Right.
That's how I discovered my dark secret that I tell everyone.
Right. I mean, you did that at assembly in 6th grade, and that's why your entire 6th grade class, aside from you,
Yeah,
died.
that's how I won class clown.
They thought it was funny that your class
See, here's the
died.
thing.
You
I
won
was in
all the
6th grade.
awards because you were the only person alive.
No, that's just it. I was in 6th grade, did the thing at an assembly, everybody died, then I tested out of 6th grade. So, I'm the new 7th grader who's a year younger than everybody, and also killed the entire 6th grade class.
You,
So
you
yeah,
won the
of course I
Thunderdome,
won
so they
class
promoted you.
clown.
Yeah.
And of course nobody told me about the award ceremony. They don't want to approach me. I'm a mass murderer.
Right. They wanted to bury it under the rug.
They just want me to go away.
Jesus.
I mean, fair enough. I killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Damn.
Somehow
Child
you
death.
tested out of, like, all the remaining middle school and high school years. But your parents were like, we can't just send this guy straight to college. He needs to learn, you know, the life experiences of
A high schooler
being a tweenager and
Yeah.
teenager. And
who wears
so-
graphic tees and puts
yeah, that's why they
graphing
moved you
calculators in
back
their cargo
to, you know,
pockets.
my high school.
Yeah. That's how I ended up there.
Now you know the rest of the story. Well, I guess Connor already knew the rest of the story. 'cause he
Right,
was-
but now the viewer does.
Sorry, one more thing. When I transferred school, so I transferred in the middle of 9th grade because I got into a fight in my old school and then blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter. When I finally went back to public school, I remember I was taking biology, and the first day it was in biology. I was sitting in the back, and we had just covered at the private school I was going to. We had just covered the same topic. So, like, I had all the vocab words already down, we'd just taken the test, and then I switched schools. So I'm basically doing the same unit again. And so the teacher asks a question, and I don't even remember who it was sitting next to me. Some kid, I don't remember his name. I don't think I even learned his name then. But he was like, I don't know what this is. And I just told him, I was like, it's mitochondria, it's the power of the cell. Some bullshit like that. He said it, and she was like, that's right. And then he leaned over to me and goes, whoa. You're smart?
Our public
is
school
so
system wasn't
dumbfounded.
that bad.
I gave you one answer, man.
So while you were telling that story, I was just fucking dying over here because Connor kept crashing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was beautiful.
again, he doesn't plan anything in advance.
Yeah. I mean, again, ever since Freestyle Metal X, he hasn't been actually watching any of this. He's playing it blindfolded. He doesn't have the video on. He just has really detailed notes.
Right. Yeah, I don't even watch while playing. I mean, that's
Blindfolded
what you just
LPs.
said, but I wanted to, back
Reiterate
that up.
it.
Reiterate it.
Like right now, his run is ending.
As the jeansed up gamer,
Oh my god.
Insedic actually wears jeans on his legs in honor of that girl.
So Insedic is the
Right.
jeansed up gamer.
And jeans on his face.
Right,
In
by
honor of
day.
himself.
I'm Insedic by night. I'm the jeans.
Oh my god, that's his origin story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
The
not
friend
only-
zone is the
actually,
hardest. Sorry.
Not only did I wear cargo pants pretty much only for a while, but I had one of those belts where it was made out of like a tweed fabric and you just stretch it and
I remember
and
that.
loop that through it, instead of an actual leather belt with holes.
Oh,
Like I was
man.
basically looked like as much like a slob as possible without really being a slob.
Yeah, no, you weren't a slob at all.
I just like
It was weird. We
found
dressed pretty much the
one-
same, and I was a slob and you were not.
I just like found, one kind of clothing combination that worked and never branched out until again.
Until
people gave
one
me
lucky
public
lady
feedback.
changed your life.
No.
Right.
Man, that does. This story goes nowhere, but actually, it's one sentence pretty much. But my 10th grade pre-cal class was the first class that I shared with my 4th grade crush since I.
Sorry,
since 4th
the
grade.
crush was in 10th grade with you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully you two were in 4th grade together.
And
Yes,
then you
we were in
continued
4th
to be
grade
in the
together.
same grade up till 10th grade.
I am slightly hurt that I had to clarify that.
I
but
just
yes.
wanted to be super clear.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
another
yes.
story, but I'll tell it after you're done.
No, that was it. That was the entire story.
Oh, that's the whole story.
Yeah, that was really off. It was really off.
Oh.
That was
yeah.
it.
Oh my god, Monica, I haven't seen you in like 6 years, even though we've been in the same class.
Yeah, you
That's
have
because
seen me.
between-
We passed each other in the hall.
From
Oh.
5th to 8th grade, I was in a private school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
So this also has to do with a crush story. So I was in 7th grade, and for science, we had this project, and I decided that for my presentation project, I would make a rap song, and I
Nice.
would I did it over. If you remember that one song
I
from
thought you said you weren't a rapper.
oh, I was back then, but I'm not now.
Okay, you've retired.
It was
like
over.
Machine Gun Kelly, you retired.
Yeah.
Actually, I also peaked as a rapper in like 10th grade, according
I
to
agree.
Bob, but I don't remember any of those lines. Anyway, go ahead.
No, it was because I have it on YouTube. I could send it to you after.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
And it was to the instrumental of. You guys remember that one song from Tony Hawk's Underground, "Phantom" by Mr. Liff?
I probably will when I hear it, but not off the top
But
of my
yeah,
God.
I was so let's say amped up for it. And as soon as my crush was in the class, it was like, oh man, this is gonna be so great. Until it started playing, and I was so embarrassed.
Hey, I know
Yeah,
that,
and that's the exact moment you realize,
Oh, this is a failure. I
God.
fucked up.
oh,
Do you think
God.
kids nowadays make like TikToks for their class projects?
Probably.
Maybe.
God.
Yeah, I can see
Anyway,
that.
at least you didn't say that you did it
it's
to
fake.
a
We
rap
Didn't Start
fight
the Fire.
instrumental of We Didn't Start the
Yeah,
Fire.
that's immediately what I thought.
We discover this kid is the We Didn't Start the Fire rap.
Like, holy shit.
It was always
How
mine,
did you
it
guys
was
find that
retarded.
video?
Oh my god, I
Oh,
have no
just a
fucking
long
idea.
time ago.
I think Blake showed it to us, right?
Yeah.
Either you or Blake found it. I definitely didn't find it.
That
Yeah, I
is
think
one of
Blake
the
found it.
best videos of all time. Because it keeps going.
Yeah.
Start
Like-
the fire.
Oh, hey, so I want to say, okay, speaking of songs that just keep going. On Kind of Friends, at the time of recording, they're going to release this video tomorrow, but they watched a movie called Feliz Navidad, okay?
That was huge.
And Dad is in full caps in the
Oh.
title.
So you
It's a-
really know.
It really is Feliz Navidad. And it's Mario Lopez is in the movie, and it doesn't really matter what
Nice.
happens in the movie. But at the end of the movie, they're performing in not a competition, just some kind of thing, some kind of show.
Performance.
Yeah, some kind of performance. And these fucking kids, these high schoolers, pull out a bunch of bells and do like a bell version of Feliz Navidad.
sick.
And then partway through that, she sings a verse of Feliz Navidad. There's a beatbox break. She sings another verse, which, by the way, Feliz Navidad only has like one verse repeated.
It has two. Yeah, it has two. It has the same verse in Spanish and English, and that's the two verses.
She sings it in English each time. So she sings it again. Then they stop. Everybody has a standing ovation. She sings it again. She's standing up there singing it again. And, like, they start pulling people from the audience to come up there, and other people are mouthing the words but not singing it, and you can tell because she stopped singing it to say something to her dad, and then it's just instrumental. And by the way, the instrumental includes the guy beatboxing still. And then, after this long scene, it's like 6 minutes of Feliz Navidad, finally, the scene ends, they have a little conversation, pair the spares, people are going away from this event, they go home, and they're celebrating Christmas, and they bring the girl her Christmas present, and it's a guitar, and they open the package, and she goes, "Can I play something?" And they go, "Sure!" And she plays Feliz Navidad again.
For how long?
And
How long
a
does she play it
soulful acoustic version that goes all the way to the credits. It's like the last 10 minutes of the movie is just the song over and over and over.
Is the dad even involved?
Apparently. The whole thing, the reason it's called Feliz Navidad, by the way, this doesn't make any sense. Mario Lopez is Hispanic. His wife in the movie, who's dead from before the movie starts, she was Hispanic. The daughter is Hispanic. They are a Hispanic family. They make tamales in the movie. For some reason, the daughter says that when she was a child, she thought the words were Feliz Navidad and that he was the dad in the song.
Oh, like all of the other reindeer.
And I'm like, well, what the hell? But you know that. Why didn't anybody tell you that what that word means?
It must be very easy to make a movie, kind of about the song Feliz Navidad, and then have, the corresponding soundtrack album just be
Mostly
like different
composed
versions of that song.
Turns out, song's not royalty free, so they must have paid money for it.
Jesus.
All right. Well,
Shout
that
out
was
to Kind of
Fuji.
Friends.
Yeah,
I also
shout
appeared
out.
on their channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there
like
one
a
day.
little intertwined content powerhouse. Or at least just a house. Anyway, we're heading to Diablo Ray next time, so join us then.